Hey, welcome back to another edition to Focus You Podcast. I'm your podcaster, Lyman Montgomery, and we're going to continue our conversation all week long. It don't take all that. Today I want to talk about something that I'm probably going to lose my mind because it is an irritant of mine. Where was I at? I was eating out with a good friend of mine. We were at a restaurant. And I looked around, and everybody just about in the restaurant was doing this. Texting, talking on the phone, reading a book. No one was engaging in any meaningful conversation. I want to ask you a question. How many of you have gone out to a restaurant and maybe you've done it yourself, and people are on their smart devices, and very little conversation is taking place? I want to talk about the truth about these multitaskers. Maybe you're one of them. You see, back in 1992, 93, society brought into this crazy notion of doing more with less, which introduced this whole concept of the multitasker. Someone that could send an email, do a conference call, put on makeup, feed the kids, do all these things. And we bought into it. We even prided ourselves. I am a multitasker. Until the research came back. And the research came back and said, actually, the brain was not designed to multitask. That's the truth. You see, there's a Chinese proverb that explains what happens to a multitasker. The Chinese proverb says, a fox who chases two rabbits will catch neither. Oprah Winfrey said, and I quote, no jockey can ride two horses to the finish line. The truth about multitaskers is this. Number one, you are in denial. You're deceiving yourself. You think you're being productive, but actually you're counterproductive. If you're spending time working on three things, in reality, you have what's called diminished capacity. In other words, you're really spending 30%, 33.33 to be accurate, percent of your brain function on one thing. 33.33% on something else, and 33.33% on something else. You cannot spend 100% of your mental function and focus and concentration doing several things at once. It cannot happen. When you do that, the best you get is 33.33%, depending on if you're only dealing with three. Now, if those you're trying to do 4 things, you're operating at 25% capacity on one thing, which means the other 75% of the time is wasted. Now, how many of you would do business with someone and say, hey, there's a 75% chance you might die? Who like those odds? No. So get out of this nonsense. I'm a multitasker. I can do multiple things at once. Yeah, but you won't be effective. Hey, I'm out of time, but I'm not out of words to say. I will see you on tomorrow as we continue this conversation. It don't take all that.